All right, let's just dive right into this crazy paradox we're all living in. We constantly say we're terrified of AI taking over, right? Yet, at the exact same time, we're quietly handing over the keys to our daily lives. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a brand new 2026 EY report that exposes this massive, kind of hidden behavioral shift. Basically, we're moving way past AI that just gives us advice and straight into AI that actively takes action on our behalf.
To figure out how AI is quietly taking the wheel, why we're totally letting it, and what it means for the future, we'll quickly walk through 5 areas, from advice to authority, the convenience paradox, crossing into high stakes, the AI trust deficit, and finally, designing AI we trust. Let's get to it.
So, Section 1, from advice to authority. For years, we've kind of boxed AI in as this helpful assistant, something that recommends a movie to watch on a Friday night or suggests the fastest driving route. But man, that era is evolving fast. AI has fundamentally started doing things for us. Just think about this massive number, 16%. A staggering 16% of people globally have already used an AI that acts completely autonomously on their behalf in just the past 6 months alone. And if you look at what the report calls pioneer markets, think places like Singapore, the US, and Denmark, that number jumps to nearly a quarter of all users. This isn't some distant science fiction waiting for the year 2030. It is literally happening right now. And that perfectly illustrates the core paradox here. If you ask people in a vacuum, their stated fears about AI are incredibly high. They'll say they are terrified of AI acting without human oversight. But look at their actual everyday behaviors. It's a totally different story. Every single day, people are happily letting AI route their trips, automatically refill their grocery carts, and even manage their personal finances. We're voting with our actions, and honestly, our actions say we're totally ready to delegate.
Which brings us to Section 2, the convenience paradox.
So you gotta wonder, how did this shift happen so incredibly fast? Why are we practically handing over the reins when we claim to be so cautious? Well, when you look at exactly why people use AI, the truth is pretty laid bare. It's actually not because we're super fascinated by high-tech intelligence or even desperate to avoid making decisions. Instead, this shift is driven overwhelmingly by something way simpler. 57% of people just want faster service, and 57% want lower prices. Basically, convenience is the ultimate Trojan horse for AI adoption. Just think about the Nike app's recent beta launch. You don't have to endlessly click through clunky drop-down filters to find the right shoes anymore. You just tell the AI in plain everyday English that you're training for a race, and it seamlessly takes action to equip you. It interprets your actual intent and just makes it happen. Now, experiences like this, they feel entirely low stakes, but they are strategically vital. They save you time without setting off any alarm bells, and they secretly lay the entire groundwork for trust.
Moving right along to Section 3, crossing into high stakes.
Because we are now rapidly moving past low-stakes shopping, the training wheels are officially coming off, and we're jumping headfirst into highly consequential territory. We're seeing this massive behavioral shift across some really vital sectors. Get this, the report notes that roughly 230 million people now ask health-related questions of ChatGPT every single week. Think about that volume for a second. 26% of people are now asking AI to diagnose their health symptoms. Meanwhile, over in finance, organizations like the Lendy Group have deployed digital companions that actively monitor your mortgage and just automatically pre-fill refinancing applications the absolute second interest rates drop. So yeah, these aren't just Spotify song recommendations anymore. These are serious decisions about our bodies and our bank accounts. And as EY's global health sector leader points out, the sheer speed at which AI has become our first stop for critical advice, it requires a whole new level of safety and validation. Because when AI starts acting as your doctor or your financial advisor, the cost of getting it wrong absolutely skyrockets.
This leads us to Section 4, the AI trust deficit.
Now let's hit the brakes for just a second. Because while AI's capability is sprinting forward at a breakneck pace, our trust and governance, well, they're practically crawling. And the crucial point is this. 55% of users worry that organizations will simply fail to comply with their own AI policies or government regulations. I mean, let that sink in. The majority of the public assumes that the companies building and deploying these autonomous systems won't even follow their own rules. 6 in 10 people worry organizations won't hold themselves accountable when AI makes a mistake. So trust is lagging dangerously behind capability.
And this deep anxiety is really compounded by an existential crisis of truth. As Catherine Boisiak points out, the blurring of reality is a massively underestimated risk.
Nearly 3/4 of people worry that as generative AI spreads, they soon won't be able to tell what's real or fake anymore. And when people literally can't tell who is behind a decision, whether it's a human or machine, it creates this constant low-grade anxiety that just completely eats away at trust.
Because of this blurring reality and, frankly, massive security concerns, 2/3 of people worry about AI systems getting hacked. Users aren't just politely asking for better tech, they are demanding clearer rules. Over 75% of people want age limits to restrict access for younger users, parental controls, and really visible, robust protections across the board.
Finally, let's look at Section 5, Designing AI We Trust.
So, this leaves business leaders with a massive challenge, right? How on earth do you close this huge trust deficit when written policies clearly aren't cutting it? Well, the ultimate solution outlined in the report is human-centered design. Basically, design is now the new front line of AI governance. Trust has to be built directly into the user experience. It needs to be built in as a necessity, not just bolted on as an afterthought or hidden in some 40-page legal document that literally nobody reads. People actually need to feel the safety mechanisms when they click, type, and interact.
The report actually builds a pretty clear blueprint for this kind of trust, outlining 6 core attributes. First, it involves giving users emotional support when they're navigating complex issues. Next, it requires adjustment and control, letting you easily and instantly escalate to a real human being if you need to. It demands simplicity just to reduce cognitive load. It obviously must be inclusive and accessible. It needs proof and traceability, like showing clear logs and transcripts so you actually understand why the AI did what it did, and perhaps most importantly, visible constraints, just clearly communicating to the user exactly what the AI is not allowed to do.
Because as the report insightfully notes, people actually don't resist autonomy, they resist losing control. Think about that distinction for a second. If organizations want to succeed, they have to use intentional design to expand an AI's freedom gradually. You have to give users confidence first, and only then expand what the system is allowed to execute on their behalf. You really have to design for comfort.
Look, the trajectory toward autonomous AI is already in motion. That's undeniable at this point. But as AI seamlessly transitions from a helpful little assistant mapping your route to an autonomous actor managing your money and your healthcare, I really want to leave you with this. As a consumer, as a professional, as a citizen, where do you personally draw the line between advice and authority? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the systems around you.